Welcome to Camjam. Here today we're talking to Maurice Pleasure. He's from States, and this guy, amazing artist, playing with Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson, Earth, Wind and Fire, and we're gonna talk and gonna know more about this guy.
Oh yeah, so good to be here, brother.
Oh my friend, please. There's a long time we don't see each other.
I know, too long, brother.
Yeah.
Too long, brother.
How's been your tour and your music?
Everything's been great. Everything's good. I'm here like mostly in London now. You know, I love it here. So you've seen me make the transition.
You're a London guy now.
Yeah,
Thank God for that.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. I'm loving it here, and see you a lot more, which will be great. But doing a lot of things. I'm doing a lot of master classes here. I teach a lot of schools, which I love, like talking to the young musicians, and I do a lot of writing with young musicians. I do a lot of production on emerging artists and all that. And I incorporate it into my own thing because not only am I learning from these artists, but I'm also trying to give them opportunities to work with legendary artists. Not myself, but people like Philip Bailey and Roberta Flack and such. So it's been a really great mix of stuff between emerging and legendary artists and between like the United States and the UK. So.
Oh, interesting. Talk about all this experience as well that you had in the past, and you're bringing now, as you say, teaching and showing other musicians, the people that started, people that are already playing, how to actually write songs and be in the business, basically, as talking about being in the business of music. But also, it's important for us to know about this of history, like playing with the great Ray Charles, George Duke, and Michael Jackson, of course. And sadly, what happened as well, I want to hear a little bit more experience that you had when that happened. I mean, we're about to play in London, isn't it? When that happened, this is it. And didn't happen, unfortunately. But we want to hear a little bit about that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a 35-year history in a nutshell, But yeah, Ray Charles was my very first tour right out of college, which was amazing because, the guy, I learned so much about him, mostly how to follow an artist because his body movements were the thing, So, he started playing and he would, I'll give you an example, he played something like,
just like
George, George. You know what I mean? So like you're watching a guy who's sense of time, and it's amazing because we're so used to now everything being like on the clock, perfect time, tuning to perfect tune, all that kind of stuff. And he comes from a time where everything was like relative, and in terms of like what would slow down, what would speed up, and it really does add emotion to music. Those things that sometimes I miss them now because we don't do it as much.
Yeah, but I'm curious. So how that happened for you to be, play with Ray Charles? I mean, we know you play keyboard. You also play amazing trumpet player, guitar player, bass player, but he actually played with Ray Charles playing bass, isn't it?
I did.
So how that happened? Can you tell us?
Something. So they were playing at our school at the University of Connecticut and doing a concert. And after the concert, I said I'm gonna go backstage see if I can just get an autograph or something like that. So I go backstage. And I run into this guy who's like, unbeknownst to me, he was the band director, the music director. And he says, hey, is there a place I can get a beer around here? And I said, yeah, man, we can go up to Ted's or whatever. So I take him out to get a beer. And as I'm buying him a beer, I'm asking him, how do you get a gig like this? What's the process? And he's like, well, what do you play? I said, well, I play bass. He said, all right, well, Bass Boogie's about to leave. So, he sent a tape to this address. He gives me an address in LA. And I literally, I just went there into a studio for the first time in my life.
Wow. And
recorded it, I was like, wow, I could overtrack, play the bass and then keyboards, this kind of thing. And I did a little bass demo and sent it to him. And didn't think anything of it. A couple months later, I pretty much given up on them calling me. And I was in my dorm room back then, and the phone rings, wired phone, you know, and someone says, you know, stand by for Ray Charles. And I'm looking down the hall. I was in an all guys, all men's dorm. And I'm looking down the hallway, seeing somebody's playing a trick on me, you know, because we'd always call up and say, hey, you just won this money at a radio station, and somebody, you know, so we were always playing tricks on each other. And nobody was there. So next thing I know, I'm talking to Ray Charles. And he's asking me, you know, about if I can come out and audition for his band and all that. So the story gets longer, but I went out and auditioned.
So he actually called you? I mean,
yeah, he called me on the phone, yeah, and said he heard my tape and loved it and wanted to know. And it didn't, I wasn't able to do it that year because I had to go back to school, and that was, you know, I was in engineering school at the time.
How old were you at the time?
I was probably like 21, 22.
It's a great opportunity, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a great opportunity, and the way it's funny how it came back again, because I thought if I turned it down and went back to school that it would never come up again, but it did.
Here we can check More Pleasure. If you want to know about his work, his amazing music, please check him. He will tell you.
Yeah, check me out at mopleasure.com and also on Facebook at Morris Pleasure. That's Pleasure without the E at the end, and on Instagram at Morris Pleasure.
And you also can find him in our YouTube channel. Just search Camjam and put More Pleasure Interview, and you're gonna find about his story and his music and his life.